Hello, this is Invector and welcome to my newest video about Project Zomboid. And today's video I'm going to be talking to you about fishing. So at the start of the game, if you pick Apocalypse and where we start will matter, but I'll talk about in a second. We have two options when it comes to fishing. So in the occupations, there's angler, which means fisher, basically. That gives us +3 to fishing. Also, if you go back and choose the mod that will show you the details of the traits, it actually shows you what that angler actually gives you. It doesn't just give you +3 to fishing. So I go back into the character selection screen, and from the occupation, when you go to angler, it says knowledge. Make fishing rod, fix fishing rod, get wire back, make fishing net, make chum. And chum is used for fishing bait purposes. And this gives a foraging bonus, +1 to vision radius, which is good. 40% less affected by weather, 10% less affected by darkness, and 50% chance to find insects and fish bait. So if you mainly want to fish in this game, picking angler is actually very beneficial, not just for the +3 fishing that you get from picking this occupation, but also from the knowledge that you need to craft your own fishing rod, and also the foraging bonuses that give bonuses to insects and fish bait and the weather and whatnot. So angler gives a lot of bonuses. However, you start with -2 points instead of the +8 you would get from custom occupation. So picking angler and all the information that you see on the left side, knowledge, foraging bonuses +3 and +1, are costing you 10 points. So imagine picking these from a list like this, and it costs 10. And when you compare the other things like strong and athletic, this is actually a high price to pay. So consider that in your calculations. And there's also one more thing here, angler, which is 4 points. And this gives you make fishing rod, fix fishing rod, and make chum. 5% chance to find insects and fish bait, and also +1 to fishing. Please note that angler gives +3, and this angler gives +1. And also this means for example, angler gives 125% increased EXP for fishing, and if you just pick custom occupation or any other occupation and just pick angler, it's going to be +75% to your fishing. So I want to talk about fishing a little bit. So the thing is, if you are just playing on the normal settings and you're playing on Apocalypse, you never need to fish in this game, because the loot that you get from just the houses and the places that you get is gonna be enough for your survival. You're not going to be able to you will not eat more than the food that you find naturally playing the game. And after a while, you'll start hunting. Like, you will see a lot of raccoons going about in the city. You can just kill them, get their meat, and cook with them. And there are a lot of canned foods, and there are a lot of other kinds of foods. And this is until you get cooking 8. After cooking 8, every single food item that you find will be edible, because at cooking 8 you can eat rotten food and you can cook with it as well. So in Apocalypse you will never need to fish. But if you want to go fishing, and especially if you are playing something like a really CDDA scenario, which starts you in the winter and there's little to no food in the game, so you will need to fish in this game, for example, in this scenario, or in other scenarios where the food isn't everywhere, and it is actually a really scarce commodity that you will need to fish, or you will need to forage, or do something else like agriculture or farming or anything like that, in order to sustain yourself when it comes to hunger. But if you are playing just Apocalypse, you will not need to fish. But if you need to fish, like if you want to fish, I'll teach you how. So I'm back in the game with the debug mode on, so I can cheat and give myself some fishing rods and show you how to make some things in the game and show you how to fish. But the starting location is actually important when it comes to fishing, because if you start in Muldra, you might not find a lot of places to fish. I know some places to fish in Muldra. For example, when you see like this scrapyard, above it, like the southeast side of this church, is a little lake. And there's also another lake, like a little lake above this motel. I have fished here in my CDDA run, when I was playing CDDA. But Muldra is not the place to pick if you want to fish. Echo Creek is good. There's a huge river going in the Echo Creek. You can pick Echo Creek if you want to fish, but Echo Creek is usually when you want to do some things with the animals instead of fishing, because there are a lot of animals in Echo Creek, a lot of farms. Riverside is usually the pick when it comes to fishing because there's a huge river near Riverside. Surprising. Rosewood is not a good pick for fishing, and West Point might seem like a good pick, but it is really not that good because there are a lot of zombies in West Point. So if you want to start a fishing like a angler run, I suggest you pick Riverside. So I'm gonna pick Riverside, and then on the left side we are gonna pick angler. And it doesn't really matter what we pick here, so I'm just gonna load one of my characters and add angler, like pick angler instead. So let's pick burglar long blunt. We are not gonna be burglar, we are gonna be angler instead. If you have 4 more points, we can spend it on something good. Let's pick angler from here as well, so that we have 4 points in fishing and plus 125% chance boost to our fishing experience. And we start with level 4 fishing. So this is gonna be our character, and if you want to look at the full list, like we have a lot of strength, a lot of fitness that helps us fight the zombies effectively at the start of the game. We have some foraging and some long blunt, so this is a long blunt character mainly. So let's start the game. It doesn't matter, let's just go. So now we are in Riverside, and we are near the river. So when you get to river, so by the way, I cheated and gave myself a lot of the required stuff for fishing, but you will need to find these. So where do you find the fishing equipment? You can find them in houses. When you go into the places like the garage or the little sheds, the basement, and also when you go into the houses, there are like little cabinets, like 1 or 2 tiles. Those places might have fishing equipment. So fishing hook, fishing line, fishing rod, these are the things that you need. You also need to use lures in order to catch fish, because if you're not using a lure, you will catch things, but usually they will not be fish. So if you want to catch fish, you will need to use lures. And it doesn't need to be a jig lure or a minnow lure. These are the best lures that you can use. You can use other things like a cockroach, for example. The insects that you find can be used as a lure. By the way, when you hover over an item, at the bottom it says can be used as fishing lure. So whenever you find something like this, or when you go into the bread, it says can be used as fishing lure. Or like rotten meat, for example, they can be used as fishing lures as well. You can also catch lures when you're fishing. For example, you catch a little fish that has 0 hunger value, but it says this can be used as a fishing lure, so you use that instead, and you catch bigger fish. So if you find your fishing rod, that's fine. If you didn't find a fishing rod, you can also craft one. By the way, I'm in the debug mode, so you're gonna see all the things that we can craft here. But what you need are all the, like, it is the same, but we can just craft in even if we don't have the items required. So it says fix fishing rod, and you can also make fishing rod. So this is, for example, a makeshift fishing rod. So this requires a wooden rod, and you can just carve one if you have carving, and it is really easy to carve. You need a knife. Any kind of knife is gonna work, and you also need a fishing line. You can also use a twine, but it is not going to be as good as a normal fishing line. So you can use a normal fishing line or a premium fishing line, and the better equipment that you have, the better fish that you will catch. Also, when it comes to fishing hooks, you can use things like nails and paper clips, but they're going to be bad in effectiveness. You can also forge fishing hooks. If you have blacksmithing, like metalworking, and you make a forge, and you can forge these. You can also carve one from bone. So if you look at this carved bone fishing hook, it requires level 5 carving, and it requires kind of a whetstone, a knife, and a sharp bone fragment. And I think you can break some bones and make this, or carve it. I don't really remember. We can't make these right now, but if you get carving level 7, I think you can learn how to make these. You can also research them, I think, from here. um, I'm not really sure. You need to check the wiki how to get this, but probably one of the magazines about fishing will probably give the recipe for this. But you don't really need this in a real game, in a like an apocalypse game. You can find fishing rods pretty frequently. But in this demonstration, I didn't want to waste time and try to find one, and I cheated and got all the stuff that I needed. So why do I need a fishing rod when I can just use a fishing net? The answer is fishing nets will only catch smaller fish that will be used as lures in order to catch the actual fish that you want. So when it comes to fishing nets, you can just right click wherever and choose place fishing net and click fishing net, and then you can set it up. And after you set it up, you can just right click and there's gonna be like check trap or something at the bottom, I think. And then when you've caught something, you'll just click that and you'll get that fish. Okay, I restarted the game because I want you to see all the natural things that you normally see in the game, not in the debug mode. So if you right click on the water and you click fishing, you can see what kinds of fish that you can catch here. You can see the time, you can see the temperature. Temperature good is good. If it's too cold, you'll reduce your chances to catch fish. So by the way, if this is not good, I'm gonna teach you a trick to make it properly good. So these are the bubbles. We can just cast our line, and then we can wait and wait until we get a hit. So you can speed up the game in this stance. So I'm gonna hit F4, and then immediately I'm gonna hit F2 when I have something on the line. So when you have something on the line, what you need to do is to, like, I'm gonna hit F3 in order to get the game to play in the normal speed, and then I'm going to hold left click until I'm in the yellow zone. You need to be in the yellow zone for the optimal pulling power, and never go into red zone, because if you're in the red, you can lose your line, you can lose your bait, and also you can lose your hook. So you don't want to do that. You just need to be in the yellow, or you can just stay in the black zone as well, but never go into red zone. So you're just going to hold left click until the bait is near you, and you can just release and hit left click again. You caught something. Let's see what it is. So that is a 15 centimeter fish. So that is a small spotted bass, and that's minus 12 hunger. And that, it says, by the way, in the bottom, it says too small for slicing. When you catch bigger fish, you need to make it into fillets or filet. I don't know how it's read, but this is the way you catch fish. And when you right click on the thing and you select fishing, it says spotted bass. So the temperature is still good. And the timing is actually really good, because at the night, you can't really catch anything. When it's raining, you can't catch anything. When it's snowing, definitely you can't catch anything. Then you need to see these bubbles, and you need to have a lure, and you need to be patient in order to catch fish. Okay, when you're holding left click, you're pulling it, and if you hold right click, you are making loose the line. So if the fish is fighting and the strain is getting higher into the red zone, you can just hold right click and let loose the line, so the line doesn't break. It's fighting me right now, but it's in the yellow zone, so it's fine. And we caught something, and it's a bluegill, which is 14 hunger and 14 centimeters as well. So this is the way you catch fish in Zomboid. And after catching the fish, you can cook them wherever you want and then eat them. Let's also check the check trap. Did we get anything? I think we didn't. You can make a fishing net with 5 wires and 10 twines. So that's the way you make a fishing net. You can also forage for bugs, and that way you can get your lures. And also, if you have a minnow lure, for example, these go for a long time. Like, we caught 3 fishes, and we can catch many more until it is unusable. So you go into the coast again, you cast into the water. Let's wait. We got one more. And we caught a seaweed, and seaweeds can be just eaten. So this is the way you catch fish, and if you remove the lure, remove bait, and this is just a fishing rod now. So you can cast your line like this, and you can get something on the line as well, like this. Let's see what it is. And it's a broken fishing net. So this is what's gonna happen if you don't have a lure. You're just gonna catch like seaweeds and dirty rags and fishing nets and whatever. You're not gonna catch fish. So make sure you are using a lure if you're catching fish. And now I'm gonna show you the trick when it comes to the temperature. When it's really cold, but you still want to fish, and you see bubbles, you can fish and you can increase your chances by getting the temperature into a better state. Okay, there was a trick where you stood near like a campfire where it's warm. You would actually get a buff, and this temperature would seem like optimal or whatever. But it seems like they fixed that bug, so it's not usable anymore. So it's good to know. But let's try to catch something in this weather. As you can see, it has been an hour and we still haven't caught anything. Let's try for this place. Okay, we caught something. And it's a 22 centimeter fish. This, I think, yes. Minus 26 hunger. So this needs to be sliced into fillets, but then you can cook this and eat it. So this is basically how fishing works. In the cold, it's gonna take a longer amount of time between the catches. And the more skilled you are in fishing, so in this character I have fishing 5. The more skilled you are, the better fish you're gonna catch, and the more frequent your catches are gonna be, and the bigger the fish are gonna get. Like if you have 10 fishing, you're gonna catch much larger and better fish. Let me show you that as well. So this is the same character that we were using, and now I'm going to cheat and get fishing 10 on this character. Let's find, okay, player stats, fishing and level up. Okay, we are level 10 fishing now. It's fighting right now. You're just gonna wait. There we go. And we got a 29 centimeter fish. So that is minus 46 hunger. So if you have 10 in fishing, you can actually catch. This is just the first fish that we caught. We got another one. Like almost immediately got another one. Oh, it's fighting me. You see how it's going back. Okay. And 28 centimeter fish this time. And minus 58 hunger. So as you can see, when you're fishing with a really high level, you can actually catch very high number of hunger fishes when you're fishing. So that's really beneficial, but note that this can be only be used in when it's not winter, basically. When it's winter, you can't really catch anything, but I haven't tried with fishing 10. By the way, this is really fighting me. I don't know what the hell this is. Let's find out what the hell this is. Okay, that's a 70 centimeter big walleye. What the fuck is that, dude? That's 185 hunger. It weighs like 16. So this is a huge fish. So yeah, fishing is really good. So if you want to fish, this is really awesome. And you can't really go like if you are sick of just looting everything and get into your base and like check all the food that you have, and you just want to fish. And fishing is really fun. Like I actually enjoy fishing, but normally it's not really useful because of the all the food that you find on the world. But it is actually very beneficial to your character if you don't have any other means of feeding yourself. So if you just want to challenge yourself or go into fishing because it's fun, and it is actually fun, so you can actually do this, and this is the way to do it. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, please click like, and if you want to watch more content like this, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.